Are you listening?
The Running Wrestling Podcast. End your week the right way fast. Step into the ring with us, no DQ, just trust. The Running Wrestling Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Running Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Big Mike, and I am joined by Rodg. Nope, not Rodg. HerbNRodg on the HerbNRodg Podcast.
The pain, the suffering. What's up, everybody?
We are here watching SummerSlam. The main event is just now starting. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, kind of just staring at each other after about 20 minutes of entrances. So we wanted to come in, do a little watch along with the main event, and we will review the show as we've watched it after the main event, kind of talk about what we thought about SummerSlam as a whole. But just, wanted to come in. Hopefully you guys will join us. Let us know what you guys think of the main event as you're watching it. We will kind of give our comments as we go as well. Hopefully it's a good match. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Herb, are you excited for this match at all?
I wasn't, but I feel like because I've missed like the lore of this one, or where these guys came from. So as a guy who kind of rejoined later on, maybe not as much, and because I'm not as much of a Roman Reigns fan, but you said it a lot of times, like Seth Rollins is a great worker, so I feel like he has some great potential. I guess I'm going into this thinking Roman Reigns is going to win because they have some other plans. I would love for Seth to win this because this night has seemed to be like let's not just follow some like strict script. Let's just throw stuff out there and have some interesting stuff happen. So I would love Seth to go ahead and win this, but it feels like it's got to be Roman White because he already had a Seth problem or whatever. Yeah,
and the way they've built it up, it feels like Roman has to win this because they started bringing legacies into it. And I even said this on our show Friday that we talked about, the Wrestling for Dummies. Make sure you guys go check that out if you haven't seen it. Me, Sped, HerbNRodg, talking about SummerSlam and all the stories kind of leading up to it. But it just seems like the way they have built it, if Roman loses, what have you been doing for the past decade and a half, building him up as your guy?
Right.
So it just seems like they've painted themselves into a corner.
Right.
With who should win this.
Yeah. Because it feels like Obafemi is the guy they really wanted to take it from.
Yeah, but you had the CM Punk comments last night on the post show where he called Oba a little bit as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not the guy I would call out. I'd be like, hey, Oba, what's up, brother? Love your stuff. Great work.
He made the comment. He mentioned Oba, and of course the panel kind of brings it up too because that's the biggest story coming out of night one was Oba is the new it guy. Brock Lesnar passes the torch, which we'll analyze a little bit more here in a little bit. But that was all everybody talked about post-show. And, of course, they brought up CM Punk, and he's like, well, you can go after Roman Reigns and still be a mediocre champion.
Right.
Or you can come after me, the real champion. So it really wasn't anything more than that.
Right.
But still, you brought it up. You said, hey, I want you to come after me because I want all challengers. What am I supposed to do with that?
Right.
Of course, we learned tonight that CM Punk has another issue that he's got to deal with first, which we will talk about in a minute because your boy was hyped when that first match of the night came.
Man, I am so mad at myself for not pulling out my phone and recording it. And me, my dumb self over here, this is how long I have not been watching wrestling, is didn't even know what entrance music that was.
Yeah,
I knew more by your reaction who it was versus the music.
Yeah, for everybody watching, we were watching the first match, and then Nick Aldis comes out and mentions he's going to make it into a triple threat. Gunther comes out, which kind of expected a little bit after last night. And then he said, oh, but wait, we're going to make it a four-way, and as soon as that guitar hits, I know exactly what happens. And I'm like, hands up, screaming, holy crap. And Herb's like, wait, who is that? I'm like, it's effing Kevin Owens.
And when I said, who is that? I actually knew at that point. I was like, oh, there's only one person. who ain't been here for a minute that Mike would get that hype about.
Exactly.
The question was already gone.
Yeah,
is it bad that, like, what
it.
does it say about this match that we are talking about other stuff through it? Like, is it just not holding us, or is this?
Well, I mean, they're still in the beating phases. I mean, they're just kind of beating each other up, filling each other out right now. And that's the thing with any Roman match is it starts a lot slower than it finishes.
Right.
It's obviously, well, I say it's going to have a lot of run in. This one may not, because again, the whole legacy comment and everything like that. He may actually try to do it on his own. But it never starts fast. Seth Rollins with a reversal. There you go.
It's always funny when you see the person go for a finisher like 5 minutes in. You're like, yeah, this match isn't over.
Yeah, unless you're Brock Lesnar.
Right,
It may actually be over in 5 minutes. And we'll say hello, Extreme Chick out in the audience. Thank you, man. Appreciate you coming in. And I get it, Extreme Chick. As many comments as you can give us, because you may be the only one in the audience, because this is very last second. Herb and I were just kind of sitting here going, hey, you want to go live for the main event? And do a review show. So, very last second. So, thank you for your comments. We appreciate you coming in. I actually didn't see a lot of Seth's entrance because I was trying to set all this up.
I would say when she posted, I was like, oh, man, because I was going to grab stuff and bathroom breaks, grab a drink. It was like we had a podcast right before this, and trying to transition into this was just not the best thing.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say I cried when he came out. I was excited, for sure.
Absolutely. That would have been a great natural reaction video.
Yeah. And for everybody wondering that normally watches our show, I have texted Sped to see if he wants to jump in. He may have the family. Because, again, very last second, he didn't even know we were coming on. Because we didn't know we were coming on 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So.
Texted Rodg as well. He is out for the moment. And I think he's missed a lot of SummerSlam anyway.
Yeah, I think he's been out. I know he said he didn't watch anything but the main event last night.
Yeah.
Unless
I think he said the last two matches, or was that somebody who on the show? No, I think Rodg. I think he caught the last two matches. So 12 matches total. He caught 2 last night, and I don't think that he's seen anything today.
Yeah, I mean, if he's out.
Is this our first time, like, you and I have watched a whole PLE?
I think so. Well, I mean, we didn't see the first couple matches together because that was before I got over here.
Yeah, well, that's because I was accosted.
That's because you were other friends. I have other friends.
Oh, I
have
apologize.
the one friend.
That's not true, but I apologize. This kind of brings back shades of when Io Sky and Rhea went out there, and that was some of the best parts of their championship match, which neither one of them ended up winning, of course. Yeah,
anytime you go out in the crowd with it, like it definitely adds something to it. And I like how you say you've got everybody cleared out right there, but we're acting like this is a surprise that we're going out there. But you've already got the security guards, got the floor clear. You have to know if you're one of the people in that section and they're clearing you out. You're like, oh, well, nice.
There's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason.
Looks like Roman is in control. So, as soon as I say that in WWE fashion.
Yes.
Like
so what's the deal? Both of them are out. Nobody can get counted out. That's the whole thing?
I guess.
I thought that used to be a thing where you could get double counted out.
It is, but it's always at the referee's discretion. And I guess the referee has decided that he's not going to count.
Right.
Unless we missed something while we were moving and doing stuff, and then the referee got knocked out, which I don't think happened.
Is there anyone worse at their jobs than WWE refs?
Well, they're very soft. I mean, you can look at a WWE referee in the wrong way, and he may fall down.
Yes. It always takes the longest time to get back up and recover from whatever it is. My favorite part about that whole thing is the same guys and the same people who get a minor bump and are down for 5 or 10 minutes are also the same people who run out from the back to break up fights.
Yes.
I'm like, I've seen you.
Yeah, like you. So everybody on the comments, do you think we get a clean match? We talked about it earlier. I don't think personally there's going to be a lot of interference. Do you guys think we're going to get any interference? Do you think we can see the bloodline? Do you think Seth Rollins, maybe the Street Profits? I know they've been kind of with him and not, but that was more with the Vision. Do you think we see anybody do any run-ins? Since it is the Running Wrestling Podcast.
Wow. Shameless plug.
Why would you cry at the end of the match? What would happen at the end of the match, Extreme Chick, that you think would get you that emotional? We've already taken out one table. Now we're going to take out the other table? Yeah.
He said, no, I went through the last one. It's your turn. He's like, oh, man. Exactly. He just played the Uno reverse card, and...
there it is. So now we're even. Both tables are taken out.
It's subtle stuff I like about wrestling, too, where wasn't sure Seth could get him right there, so Roman grabs onto his head, just to make sure. Which is not a criticism, by the way. I can't, the stuff that these guys do, these men and women do, live, or stuff that other people would be practicing 3 or 4 times and bringing in stunt doubles.
And that's one of the things, before the death of kayfabe, I guess, before we all knew what was going on.
Right.
Very early in the Vince McMahon era and stuff like that, they would tell them to have the camera angle from the backside, so you don't see him grab his head.
Right.
So you get the effect to move, but there is no, hey, I'm going to help you because I know I'm heavy.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Right. And now we're just like, just get the angle. Oh, now we're counting?
But see, they're not outside the barricade. They're still within the mat.
Oh, so if they both jump over the barricade, the count's fine?
Sure. That's what we're going to go with.
Who are you rooting for in this match?
Roman, just because I think I would like to see Oba Roman. I think that would be a better match than Oba Seth.
What was that, a pedigree?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, that's not your finishing move.
Yeah.
Although you use it a lot. Shout out to Triple H.
This was one of the closest counts. Did they want me to believe it for a second?
Roman's usually pretty good at that, about timing of kickouts and things like that. Now we get a rest break. Kind of hydration the crowd.
Hydration break?
Sure.
No, is that what this is? No, Mike, it's Sunday night. You can't hydrate on Sunday night.
Well, I actually have real hydration.
Rollins just went for the stomp and ran into a Superman punch instead. Right there, let me watch the ref.
And I like how in the background we've got a producer trying to clean up the area for the announcers. She's back there trying her best to pick up the pieces.
He sold the heck out of that one right there, dude. Yeah, I want that view again. Where
Seth Rollins is one of, if not the best, professional wrestlers in the WWE.
I think not knowing anything, Seth would be the person I'd be rooting for.
Yeah.
I don't know. WWE did. I guess we'll talk about it after this, but they kind of went in some different directions for this one, I felt like. At least night 2.
Yeah, there was a few. Night 1, I don't think had that many surprises.
No. Night 1 felt kind of straightforward.
There was a little bit of surprise in the championship match.
Yes. Maybe not your winner, but how they got there.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, like I said, if you're going to talk about that in a minute, but my favorite thing is you're hiding in the crowd and you're just waiting for one moment in the middle of this match. Because that's always like, oh.
And there's the star.
Oh. Come on, baby.
1.
Somebody going to drag the ref out?
2. No.
Oh.
Kick out at 2.
I grew up in an era where your finisher was a finisher.
Yeah. And yes, this is a really good match. And look, I never doubted that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns would have a really good match. Because again, Seth Rollins is the best professional wrestler on this roster, and Roman Reigns is really good at what Roman Reigns does. He's one of the best sports entertainers on this roster. There's a reason these guys are in the main event of SummerSlam. And I know a lot of people online want to have a lot of discourse about, hey, why do we have the same guys at the top? And I get that. But these two guys have earned their spot.
Right. Like, I would never add another belt, but it just almost feels like you need a belt above, like, on an IC and below this for some of these guys to go after.
Yeah, and the problem is with what you're saying isn't necessarily what you're saying. It's the fact that WWE has made you not care about the mid-card unless there's a belt.
Right. And what did I say, though? That's mirroring real life.
Yeah.
Like, when we're watching, which, I mean, I get as fans, but if your team is growing and doing well, if you don't win a championship, nobody cares.
Yeah. And we've seen it even as Alabama fans. You know, there have been seasons where we weren't expected to do anything, but we get into the championship where it was way above what we expected at the beginning of the season. But at that point, if you don't win the championship, you fail.
Yep.
Never mind at the beginning of the season.
Nobody celebrates the journey anymore.
Yeah. And that just may be culture in general.
This would scare the crap out of me, by the way. Oh, he held on to him.
Yeah, he usually does. He usually tries to turn it into another suplex. They call it a Falcon Arrow right there. Roman Reigns just decided to hold on to his neck.
Is this a
guillotine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But just like culture in general, it's very much of, hey, I need this right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that also doesn't help the mid-card.
It doesn't.
Because as chaotic as the Attitude Era was, you cared about a lot of the guys on the mid-card and under.
Right.
And I don't necessarily think that Triple H doesn't know how to push a mid-card. I just think we don't care.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm part of the problem because when I'm looking at these as a casual, that's what I'm thinking. Who's got a belt? What's this match for? You know? It's like we were talking about with Jade and Charlotte Flair, and they were supposed to have a little program going. But I'm thinking, would I've watched them for 3 months going back and forth with no belt involved? Yeah. You know, even if the matches somehow turned out to be great, how invested I am. Oh, it's a trilogy, you know. Oba and Brock made it that far because Brock is such a beast and a legend, and you had the old versus new kind of thing going. Like, are we passing the torch? But even then, I'd still rather have Oba. Oh, a spear into a 2.75 count. But no.
So that's a close one on both sides now because Roman had the last one.
Yep. I think the main event's going to be longer than all the rest of the matches combined.
For tonight, probably.
Does that bother you, or are you okay with it?
I wish some of them were a little bit longer tonight, just because it seems like we have flown by this. And I don't know if they did that because they're going to make this one last so long.
Right.
But, like, none of the matches have been any length whatsoever. Like, there's only been two matches tonight that were over 10 minutes long. You had your ladder match, which was right at 13 minutes.
Right.
And then you had Gable and Penta, which was a little over 11 minutes.
And that's the one I would have actually figured was that way, too, by the way.
Yeah. But everything else is right around or under the 10-minute mark. Which the first match you kind of expected because you had a return.
Right.
You hadn't been in the ring yet. You know, you compare that to night one, where only one match was under 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Because we did get further, huh?
Yeah. And then you had CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, which was 30 minutes.
Where are we at right now with this one? About 20? We start right at 7:30. You almost timed it perfectly, right?
I think so, yeah.
This match basically started when we went on air. So what do we get? A Rollins spear? No way.
Yeah, so
This match, these are the kind of matches when I'm watching, I think, please don't have a run-in.
Yeah, but unfortunately, this is usually where WWE does that. But to WWE's credit, on SummerSlam, there has not been that much. You know,
Right.
we talked about the Judgment Day, who was always going to run in because it's the Judgment Day. You expect it at that point.
Right.
And then other than the Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, I don't. Well, there was a little bit of a run-in the ladder match.
Yeah. But it didn't end up benefiting the person they ran in for.
Exactly.
So that was the person who they took off still won. But no, you're absolutely right. That's definitely just nitpicking. It's interesting.
But it seems like they have tried not to have a lot of run-in.
Yeah.
In this whole video.
Let's be honest. The CM Punk one, that was just a weird one.
Not really. With Orton coming in, just because of the story.
I understand their story, but the idea of somebody hiding, but because he wasn't there, you know, they weren't like, you can't tell me he was just sitting there in a regular seat and then decided to jump out. So he basically hid by the side, waited for a ref to not be looking or some kind of opportunity, run out and do that. Which, by the way, I love Randy Orton. If you ask me, there was a triple threat match between those three, and I could pick a champion, I'm going Orton.
Well, I mean, famously though, you wore an RKO shirt on our show Friday night.
Boom! Oh, we got a stomp from Roman Reigns.
Well, I mean, we did have the spear from Rollins, so it don't get too count.
Nope. Yep.
But
for sure,
you had on the RK shirt Friday night, and we even said, "Hey, I'm wearing a shirt of somebody that's not going to be there tomorrow night."
Yeah.
And lo and behold,
thank you, Kat.
There they are.
Oh.
Thank you, Kat. I appreciate it. That's all right. We don't know what we're talking about either.
Mike knows exactly what he's talking about. I'm over here looking like a fool.
I wish this is at WrestleMania. I mean, thank you, Kat. I appreciate it. Let's see. Everybody down in the middle of the ring now, Roman and Rollins. Except the ref. The ref's good.
We're still safe. We're still safe. I don't even know what made me a Randy Orton fan. I don't, like, I missed most of his career.
I hate to use the word aura because it's so overplayed.
But
it's kind of that.
You're
like,
right.
You
dude, when he did the wink, I was like, give him the belt. Yeah. Just give him the belt. It was just so smooth. Give him the belt.
There's a reason that people like Orton, like Roman Reigns, and Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar, there's a reason those guys get in those positions because they just have it.
Yeah, for sure.
Now they're just going to yell at each other for a little bit.
Yeah. He's saying, I'm tired and I need a break, so can we do this for a minute? Either they were discussing where to go eat after this match.
Probably. Hey, did you ask Becky what restaurant we were going to after we leave?
Yeah, so is Becky retired?
No. She's taking some time off from what I know. And she just lost the IC title to Soul and hadn't been back around.
Yeah.
Trading blows back and forth.
Is the ref about to get caught by a straight punch or something? Is that what's about to happen here?
No, he's at a safe distance for now. Oh, good call. He got too close. Nice.
We're definitely cutting that part. Mike said, no, Herb. No.
And to think, Herb has just said that Mike's the one that knows what he's talking about, and Herb doesn't. That couldn't have happened at a better time. But he's not all the way down.
Yeah. He's still watching his shoulder.
He's broken his arm.
Oh, he can't count anymore? Is that his counting shoulder? Or is that a swerve?
Well, he's checking on Seth now. So is Seth going to pull him in the spear and he's going to get a full spear now?
This ref's getting abused.
There it is. I made up for myself.
And we get a
There's the
stomp.
stomp.
And
Pin.
my favorite part is like they're like, Seth got screwed. Well, you were the one that got the ref knocked out. That was on you, buddy.
Yeah.
So now we get our run-ins.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, this is the perfect part for the bloodline to come in. Back in the day, this was the Avenger spot where you get everybody from both sides coming in. And it's,
Yeah, we got a timeout.
well, I mean, they can't do anything anyway. The ref's not there.
So in the back, we have 30 refs waiting to break up a fight. But when one gets knocked out, the rest of them are on smoke breaks.
Yep.
Why'd you run in? I'd already started drinking.
I mean, it is the main event. Maybe they all went home because they knew they didn't have this match.
I ain't working it.
Yeah. Oh, my night's over. I'm going to go ahead and go home.
Yep. Deuces. They're getting a call. One of them's getting a text right now. Hey, man, can you come back?
Have you seen the Minneapolis traffic?
We got no announce table. We've got no refs.
But you got a belt. As you said, hardest weapon on the planet.
I mean, isn't it amazing? I've seen people get hit with like a bat and recover, but get hit
Or a
by
chair.
the yes, or a chair. Get hit with the belt, and they're just like, oh.
Seth Rollins does go with the chair instead of the belt. So
Yes.
it means this is never going to work.
Terrible, terrible choice.
Of course, the chair does make sense because their whole history is tied around the steel chair.
Yeah, from the when he turned on him.
From when he turned on him with the shield, from when
Is he watching the board to see if he's back there?
He is. You had a couple years ago where Roman hit Seth with a chair and then cost him the title against Cody Rhodes. Then you had last year where you had the Heyman swerve. So, I mean, everything's been all about the steel chair. And this is the part where we see if Roman has learned from his mistakes and doesn't go for the chair. Because the chair has cost him every time.
So if he kicks it out, he wins. Or throws it out.
Essentially, it means he's grown, which he apparently is not. It's always been the chair. Don't do it, Roman.
It's like one of the most tense chair shot moments ever. I can't take the suspense. Oh, Roman's winning.
I like he sounded so disappointed.
I mean, it's just like the whole match is over from this point.
But a great piece of storyline for the evolution of this feud. It's a great piece of storytelling. In-ring psychology.
He said, me and you, let's do this, dude. Finger poke of doom.
That would be fun.
Oh, that's what I would do if I was the writer on my last day. You can't fire Herb. He was good anyway.
Which also tells me they may not have any run-ins, because if they haven't done it yet,
Yeah.
and you see the evolution right there, maybe he just does it on his own.
If you haven't run in by now, you will never, ever run in. No, you won't. No, you won't. The ref is legit taking a nap at this point.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he got hit by a spear. That is the most devastating move ever. Never mind, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns have both kicked out of spears.
Yes.
Hit me again. Your turn.
Is that Rocky move? Come on to hit me.
Yeah. We're now over 30 minutes for this match too. So this is the longest match of SummerSlam so far. I say so far. It's the last damn match.
I mean, the way it's going, I would not be surprised to have another match.
I don't know. Nick Aldis may come out and make himself a championship match.
I'm so disappointed he did not do that for every match tonight. Just throw in an extra person.
Oh, by the way, since I'm still here.
If we do this and have no ref to count, then I'm gonna be mad at the end of this match. Like, come on, man. They've put on a good one already. Let's not do this.
Yeah, but it's one of those tropes in wrestling.
Okay.
And they didn't do it, thankfully.
Yes.
Where they call it a visual pin. So the crowd sees you beat somebody.
Right.
But you don't actually beat somebody.
Right.
Oh, he's going for the super
Get
slump.
it? So the guy gets to keep his street cred.
Yeah. You know, I'm just noticing now that Seth Rollins is Buzz Lightyear. Like, is that the look he was going for?
I don't know. We're gonna have to talk to a stylist about this one.
Hey, that's not your spear, Seth. That's not your Roman. You're not supposed to go from rope to rope light.
Yeah.
That's Braun Breaker.
Now we need a Superman punch, right? I can appreciate that the ref was gone and they just decided to do regular stuff.
Yeah, like you're not going to bring in steel. You had one steel chair. You're not going to bring in tables, kendo sticks, the stairs, nothing. We're just going to hit each other. Stuff that you could normally do with a ref.
Was that his version of "I love you"? I'm sorry.
Kinda. Oh, there's the ref back. 1, 2, 3, and the winner, Roman Reigns.
That was a good match.
It was a really good match. So we were looking at 33 minutes, probably.
Is the ref still acting like he's hurt too?
Yeah, but he's got to talk to him. So he's got to keep his head down, so just in case. So the camera doesn't see him talking to him.
What's he telling them now? Hey, it's over.
You still got to keep up with time about how long you're out there. Hey, we've still got 10 minutes to do this or 5 minutes to celebrate. I don't know if there's going to be another angle after this.
Right.
I mean, you would hope not. You would hope you would just let that sit.
Right.
Because you do have Raw tomorrow night that you can do any angle. But it is WWE.
So you never know.
They didn't have a run-in during the match, so somebody may be coming out. And you've got camera people at the top of the ramp.
Waiting for the next thing.
Yeah, just in case, I guess. As we get highlights, presented by Wings Tape. Again, a really good match.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved the storytelling in the match. Like, you saw the evolution of Roman Reigns in his mind to finally let go of the past with Seth Rollins, and that's what ultimately gets him the win.
Dun, 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 dun.
Justin Jefferson likes it. She said he's a big Roman fan anyway.
Yeah.
The only thing I would accept right now is if Oba comes out and stares him down.
Yeah. But they just started Seth. What is that?
Oh, I didn't see anything.
See right there? Yeah. See
Well, he's kicking it away, so I don't know.
Now they look like they got put in timeout.
It's an emotional moment for him. The Wrestling Brothers. We're going to get an embrace like we did last night with Brock Lesnar and Obafemi.
That was a cool moment, by the way.
It was. I'm glad Brock did that. Not that Oba necessarily needed it, but the fact that he did it just makes Oba even bigger than he was.
For sure. For sure.
He's going to walk over and help him up.
So I keep waiting for it.
Oh, he's holding the fist out for the Shield.
Like the band's getting back together?
No, I think it's more just a sign of respect.
How they threw his mask to him.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's sick. Because he's been walking around with that mask on it. Oh, okay.
What?
The mask is Dean Ambrose.
Is it who?
It signifies Dean Ambrose, the third member of the Shield.
Oh, okay.
John Moxley.
Like he passed away?
No. He's in AEW. Well, kind of. Yeah, he's in AEW. So in WWE terms, yeah, he kind of passed away. The character of Dean Ambrose is dead. He will never come back.
Dang. Like that guy they wheel around on SmackDown every week?
No, like they're dead. So funny story about that. They've been doing meet and greets all weekend.
Uh-huh.
Johnny Gargano did the meet and greets laying on the table. Like they were showing it at the pre-show. Him and Candice LeRae were doing some of the meet and greets, and it's Candice LeRae standing next to Johnny Gargano laying on the table, and they would come shake Candice LeRae's hand, and like Johnny Gargano would like barely lift his hand so they could fist bump him, and then he would just go back to laying down, and that's the picture you get.
Wow.
So, shout out to him staying in character the entire time.
I've had 2 phones ring and 2 shows today. That's the work phone, though, so it shouldn't even be like, who's spam calling my work phone?
And that is it, folks. That is SummerSlam. We are going off the air. The post show is about to kick on. And there you go. Extreme Chick didn't end up crying. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Again, it was a very emotional moment. If you have followed this story for the past 12, 15 years, I could definitely see the emotion in that.
Mm-hmm.
But that wraps up both nights of SummerSlam. So we will kind of do a review from here on in. We are watching the post show in the background, so if anything happens there, we will talk about that as well. But Herb, overall, night 1, night 2, which night did you think was better?
I enjoyed night 2 a lot more. And not to say that there was anything wrong with night 1, I guess, but I don't know. I like the surprise, the different matches, the feeling of night 2. I felt more emotionally invested in a couple of the matches and how they played out. I don't know if we'll go match by match, but I'll just say night 2 overall was much better for me.
Yeah. So it's hard for me because there were 2 very emotional points on both nights, or 1 emotional point on both nights. Obviously, one of my favorites is Obafemi. So him beating Lesnar, which we'll talk about the match in a minute, and kind of taking that mantle, and then the return of Kevin Owens on night 2 just
everything's going
kind of
crazy
equals
here.
them out as far as emotional moments. I enjoyed night 2 more.
Right.
Just because, like you said, there was a couple other surprises that I didn't expect. and we'll kind of get into why here in a second. So starting night one, we kick everything off. Liv Morgan, Io Sky in a women's championship match. A match that lasted about 12 minutes, so longer than a lot of people thought it would last. Liv Morgan ends up getting the victory after a small run-in from the Judgment Day. But
which was kind of end up getting neutralized, yeah.
Yeah, so again, like you mentioned earlier, it didn't really have a huge effect on the end of the match. But Liv Morgan does get the win in her first title defense since WrestleMania, which is crazy.
I'm only wrestling PLEs, and even then,
I'm only wrestling the big PLE.
Yep.
Kind of like you on our show. You're only there right before SummerSlam, WrestleMania. So you're kind of the Liv Morgan of our show.
Liv Morgan only shows up when I show up, is what you're basically saying.
Yeah, she's following you around.
That's fair enough.
That's what it is.
I can't blame her.
What were your thoughts on the first match? Did you get a chance to watch? Because I know that's when you were.
No, I did. We had just got home. And I just think I like any match Io Sky's in. I mean, you could have her wrestling a tree, and I think I would still enjoy that match.
Yeah.
So I think it's really well done. I guess I don't like it because I wanted her to win, but when you take the emotion out of it, that was a really good match. I thought it was a good finish. I like that Liv ended up winning, even though her Judgment Day got neutralized. And now with, I don't know, what are the other, Roxy, Raquel, Riri.
Raquel, you talking about the IC champ?
Yeah,
Raquel.
They have a belt, so it feels like maybe they're trying to build them up into a little bit more. But I like the match. I don't know that I've ever seen a bad Io Sky match.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And we talked about it before we went on air. The Io Sky is probably the best female wrestler on the roster as far as just wrestling. So I agree. She's going to have a good match with just about anybody. I did think Io Sky would win as well. I picked it in our predictions on our show.
Yep.
But yeah, just a really good match. A great way to kick off SummerSlam because it was a really good match all around.
Yes, agreed.
You had a little bit of the excitement with the Judgment Day coming in. Will that help Liv? Ultimately not. It makes me wonder where the Judgment Day were at the end of the match because Liv ended up just walking away up the ramp by herself. So I'm not sure if...
I didn't even think about that part. Liv's like, eh. But Liv always seems like, hey, I'm the leader of this thing, and I really only care about myself. So good luck to you guys.
Exactly. And that we think that's going to end up being the downfall eventually. Depending on who you talk to.
I thought it would have happened by now.
A lot of people did. And they have had plenty of opportunities to do it. But for some reason, they love keeping the Judgment Day together right now. They kicked Finn out. You had a chance to splinter them off of that. Maybe Roxanne and JD kind of splinter off with there.
Right.
But then we just kicked Finn over to SmackDown.
Yeah. They seem like a non-faction faction sometimes. Like they get together for like the little vignettes and stuff, but not for like the actual other stuff.
And unfortunately, that's really what a lot of it is they're very entertaining together to a lot of people. So, hey, we're going to keep them together for that point. But we really treat them like two factions.
Yeah.
It's Dom and JD.
Right.
And then you have the ladies come out together.
Right.
Unless it's Dom or Liv in a match, and then one of them may come out.
Right.
Like, I don't know that I've ever seen JD help Liv do anything.
Right.
So
it absolutely seems like a little sexist organization.
So, yeah. But anytime you see Io, like you said, it's always a good match.
Yep.
We move into the 6-man tag that I was not excited about. The Usos and Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa. And I'll be completely honest, I kind of watched this in the background. Yeah. I did see it. It was a fairly entertaining match from what I saw.
I did see it. It was a match that happened.
Shout out to Rodg.
What up, Big Rodg in the house?
Shout out to Bobby as well joining us. Thank you so much. And anybody in the comments, if you got to see the matches, let us know what you guys thought about them as well. And we will put them up there so everybody sees. I didn't pay a ton of attention. I like the moment where Solo ran it back.
Dude, so What I'm looking for on right here is that again. And sorry, just because that gets me excited. I apologize for interrupting.
No, you're good.
It is hilarious to me that when you read reviews of like this, that's the only thing they point out from the whole match.
Yeah.
He ran it back, and then LA Knight got the win, and they hugged afterwards. That's the whole match in a nutshell.
Yeah, and it's sad to say that that's really all that happened. Nothing else in this match mattered.
This match seemed like we have to have the Usos do something, so we'll throw it out there. And we're going to give you 3 people who have nothing to do with each other for you guys to fight against.
Yeah, I have said all along, I would have much rather had the Bayley-Lyra match that we had at Saturday Night's Main Event here at SummerSlam, because I think that had more emotion to it.
Yep. And
then let that be on Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yes. Definitely could have been. That one could have been the end of a SmackDown, though.
That could have definitely been a Raw or SmackDown.
Yes.
And been just fine. And then we could have got a different match.
Yes.
In SummerSlam.
Something with some of the ladies on the roster, but that's a whole nother.
And that's been a big criticism of this as well. There's only 3 women's matches. And I know WWE will say the same thing, that, hey, we represented 13 women in those 3 matches, but still you only had 3 matches out of 12.
Yeah. I know we're not going to go too much into that part of it, but that's just insane to me. Yeah. And yes, you threw them all into one, but you could have broken that up in plenty of time, and I would have taken several women's matches over that 6-man guys. So
I would have taken Blake and Tiffany, which was a rumored match that we were supposed to get. I would have taken Jade and Charlotte, which is a rumored match we were supposed to get. I mentioned Bayley and Lyra. That's 3 matches right there that you could have put in there instead of any of that. But again, LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa do end up getting the victory, which I guess will be interesting to see what happens tomorrow night on Raw. Since Roman did get the win,
right?
And they ended up losing the other day. I mean, does Roman punish them? How do we go from there?
Is that the usual thing for them?
Kinda.
Okay. Honest questions, by the way, folks. I did not see not one match of Roman Reigns' 4-year reign.
Yeah.
So these are honest questions.
Yeah, I mean the bloodline itself, if them losing, there's going to be something said.
Right.
You didn't hold up your end of the bargain, you let the family down, kind of thing, is normally how it would go.
Gotcha.
Now this new bloodline, who knows?
Right.
That's one thing that'll be interesting coming out of it, is how Roman reacts to their loss tomorrow. I'm with you, Bobby. I'm interested to see what Roman Reigns does next. There is not a challenger right now to Roman Reigns. You would think maybe since LA Knight pinned the Usos, maybe he gets a shot.
Right.
Just because he beat the underlings. Now I need to go after the boss, and I'm the one that got the pin. So that's always a possibility. There's always the Oba Femi of it all.
You have to do something with Oba after this.
Yeah, I mean, you can't wait till Royal Rumble or WrestleMania to do something because he's going to lose all that momentum.
Yeah, lose all that, and I don't trust WWE storytelling enough to get me to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
without him having something. Now I could see them giving him a title match, and the Judgment Day, and the Bloodline jumps in and stalls it, but that's a lot of time before WrestleMania. Like, I get it. You want a guy like Oba to win a belt at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But
you want it to be the belt.
Yes. But that's years away. Like in storytelling, I don't trust them to get me there.
Yeah. So yeah, it is interesting to see what happens tomorrow night on Raw. With the Bloodline especially. I would imagine you're going to kick off the show with either Roman or Oba, just because they're the 2 biggest moments of the weekend. So they're probably going to kick off the show. But other than that, the 6-man tag really didn't do anything.
No.
So
no.
We move on to another match that had a lot of emotion behind it for a lot of different reasons. We got to Gunther and the WWE debut, in-ring debut of SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis. For those who don't know, Nick Aldis has been a professional wrestler for 20 plus years. He started when he was in his early 20s in TNA, NWA, and showed that during this match with Gunther.
Oh, sorry. Great Kevin Owens mode backstage.
Yeah, post-show, Kevin Owens is joining the panel. You'd love to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's...
Absolutely.
Definitely something I'm going to have to go back and watch.
Not the show for it, but we're taking a shot to for Kevin Owens. Well, I will. You've got water. Go ahead, man. Gunther,
sounded like a duck.
Gunther and Aldis.
Yeah, so we all saw the story. We talked
Very
about it on
small.
Friday night. Gunther pushed Aldis pushed back. We get in this moment. And it was just a good emotional moment. No, I don't think hardly anybody thought Nick Aldis was going to win.
Right.
I know we had one person pick Nick Aldis on our predictions, but I think that was more of just kind of what they hoped happened.
Right. Fair enough.
But you don't build Gunther up to have him lose to the SmackDown General Manager. No matter who that is. Nick Aldis hadn't wrestled in 3 years.
Right.
So he was always going to lose this match. But as someone who has never seen Nick Aldis, were you excited at all about this match?
I was not. It just seemed like and this is before. Was I excited about this match before it happened?
Yeah.
No. I don't know that I could have cared any less. It just feels like, again, I say this about a lot of people, they don't know what to do with Gunther. They're having him retire all these people, right? Now you run out of people to retire. They're like, you need to be in the championship stage, but we got all this other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So we're going to put you in a PLE in the match that we can absolutely not have you lose. So your job in this PLE will be to win, but to also make the other guy look good, because we don't want to throw him out here and have a squash match, because that would just really be stupid.
Which, in a way, when you think about it, is actually a really cool spot for somebody to be in. In storyline-wise, not so much.
Right.
Because you're in a no-win situation at that point. If you win the match, okay, you've beat the general manager.
Right.
If you lose any momentum you've ever had.
Right.
Behind the scenes, putting him in that situation, trusting Gunther enough to say, okay, we're going to throw Nick Aldis out, who hasn't wrestled in 3 years, and we want you to carry him through a SummerSlam match, shows how much Triple H and the office thinks of Gunther.
Right.
Because that's not just a match that they would give anybody.
Yeah.
And it shows what they think of Nick Aldis to say, we feel confident we can put you in this situation, and you're not going to make it suck.
Right.
So,
and to Michael's credit, no. So that I was asked my thoughts before the match. I thought the match came off way better than I expected.
yes.
And both men, to his one out of losing, both men looked good with the outcome that happened. And then him getting his emotional moment with Mickie James and their kid, I thought that was a great way to do it. So, yeah, no, he absolutely did win out of losing. And the match was way better than I thought.
Yeah.
It's just, again, that could have been on another show or something like that, versus this was a SummerSlam match that took away from other stuff. I get that you had to have it at a PLE, but there's just other stuff I would I don't know. I feel like I could cut out half this stuff and make this show one night.
So, and that's true for a lot of respect. And we'll get to this on another match.
And yeah, the career killer is a weird gimmick.
Yes.
If nobody's retiring, do you just sit around at home and say, I'll wait till the next guy?
and then what happens when you lose?
Yes. Now, yeah.
But I think you have this at SummerSlam specifically for Nick Aldis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, him.
And that's
if this was at Money in the Bank or, you know, insert BPLA here, Crown Jewel, whatever. It's not as much of a moment for Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the reasons you put this on SummerSlam, which is okay.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to do something for him. The storyline wise, you're right. That match could happen anywhere.
Right. And as I say that, I would have put it at SummerSlam too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have put it on the end of one of the shows. It makes more sense here. It also makes more sense here with what they did with Night 2.
Yes.
So kudos to them. Don't always listen to what I say, people.
And it's one of the things that Triple H famously says is the story never ends. You know, they may be doing something tonight that sets you up for
the next,
3 months down the road.
Yeah.
So
and that's fair.
Catering. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, technically, Rey Mysterio has already retired a couple times. So who knows? Then you move on to, again, another match that I don't know that hardly anybody was excited for. The 6-woman tag, Fatal Influence versus the Bella Twins and Paige. Again,
why you say Paige like that?
I know, because Paige is my favorite out of the other side.
Right,
So
right.
That's
so
just the fact that this was one of the shorter matches on the entire card.
if I said to you right now, hey, 33% of the women's matches at SummerSlam is going to be this match, you'd have been like, no, give me something else.
Yeah.
Let me do anything else.
No, 100%.
Cut out what JC Jane and make a tag match. Maybe not against the Bellas, but give me anything else other than this. You know,
Yeah,
I wouldn't even mind it if they had split it up. If JC Jane had wrestled Paige and then the Bellas had gone off the tag, just something other than this with some kind of stake somewhere in there.
Yeah, it seems to me like you could have
Yes, Bobby.
Nikki Bella run in at Saturday Night's Main Event
Yeah.
and cost Fatal Influence the title,
Right.
and then have that title match here.
Yeah.
And then after the tag title match, Fatal Influence wins.
Right.
And then Nikki Bella attacks Paige, and you get the
Because
same
have a reason.
outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you get a different, better match.
Yeah.
And then you could have put JC Jane in the ladder match or something like that.
Yeah. It was dumb the way they did it because you were hurt and Paige won out and won you the titles, and you didn't turn on her the night they lose the titles. You turn on her the night that you lose a meaningless,
A random 6-person tag. Exactly.
You know? So none of there was bad long-term storytelling going on there, is what that was.
Yeah, and the only good thing about this match is the fact that Fatal Influence won, and now you're going to get to see Paige be a babyface again.
Yeah.
You get to see good Paige again, which is what she should have been the entire time.
Yeah.
She kind of stepped in and took that spot when Nikki Bella handed it to her, even though Nikki Bella was mad that she took it after she handed it to her, which seems odd. I'm going to hand you the spot at WrestleMania, but now I'm mad that you took the spot that I handed you.
Right.
So thanks for that, I guess.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Blind point because the sun and saw the blood. Yeah. And so for somebody like me who had no idea, the fact that 1 million people said that's what's going to happen before it happened, I was like, this is really bad then if everyone has told me. So, no, he's absolutely right there, as he always is.
Yeah, I mean,
Michael, one of my favorite people.
that might
Yes.
horror wrestling.
I think almost every Mike is a good person. But Big Mike is my best friend, but Michael is one of my favorite people.
Well, we don't call Michael the Brains for a reason.
I thought you called him the good-looking one.
No, I call you the good looking one.
Oh, all these nicknames.
You're the good looking one. Michael's the brains.
And you're
I'm
the
just kinda
combination.
here.
You're the combination.
I'm just
The
kinda
combination. I got it. Yes.
I'm the one that rides the coach.
Big Mike, the total package. Got it.
Anyway, on to the next match. We get the World Championship match coming up at that CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, in a match that lasted 30 minutes. Again, a really good match. Do you agree? What do you think of the match in general?
No, it was good. It was good. It's weird, but with my thinking, it's hard for me to watch a bad 30-minute match, because I feel like even if it kind of ebbs and flows, you're going to work your way out of it. And at some point, you're just going to be impressed. with them. But no, I thought both of them did a great job in it. I always like when it's a good back and forth. You know, I'm selling your moves, you're selling my moves. We look like we're exhausted, like, you know, tonight. So I thought it was a good match. And it involved one of my favorite wrestlers. I've got like 3 wrestling t-shirts. So if I'm using JT's math, that's like 25% of maybe 50. I don't know. I don't know how this math thing works. So
yeah, it proves that Herb really knows more than he's talking about. Because again, on Friday night, he wears an RKO shirt, and we're all like, "Well, you're wearing a shirt that nobody that's going to be at SummerSlam." And lo and behold, Randy Orton watched that show and said, "Well, Herb wore my shirt,
yes,
so I've got to show up." Comes in.
He texted me.
Oh, did he? Okay.
He did. So,
which already makes you a lot better than me because Randy's never texted me.
Oh, sorry.
So, I mean, I'm okay with it. It's well deserved. But yeah, Randy Orton does show up, costs Cody Rhodes the match. CM Punk retains after the run-in and go to sleep. And good again, a great back and forth match.
It was.
I don't know that I would call it match of the night because again, the match we're about to talk about was better to me because it had more emotion to it.
Yeah.
But just technical wise, probably one of the better matches of the night. And everybody's good to see Randy Orton. I am also glad to see Randy Orton.
Dude, I was excited. Dude, I'm sorry. So, did we have that conversation on here? Or was that before the Aura thing? Was that at the beginning of this show?
That was the beginning of the show.
Okay, because when he did the wink, it was over with. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of ladies dropped their dignity.
Or maybe that was before the show. I don't remember.
I asked. Well, I don't know if it was the beginning of the show. The show's been long at this point, folks. I say long because I've been having a couple shots. I asked Mike, what is it about guys like that? And he was like, I hate to say that, but aura. And he's absolutely right. It is an overused phrase, but in this case, it is 100% correct. Randy Orton, when you see him, you're just like, that's that guy. So, yeah. What was that last part of that? I'm sorry.
Let's see.
Rant Punk should never do a moonsault. You're all right about that. So there was some stuff that they felt like they were just trying out for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely know your limitations at that point, Punk. And yes, hopefully we get.
Yes, that wink was cool.
We get the Randy Cody story we should have gotten at WrestleMania without Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll.
Thank you, God. That was so awful. Like, sometimes just so there's 2 things I want to eliminate, right? When you have 2 guys who are just good wrestlers and it's a good match and everyone's looking forward to it, can we eliminate 2 things? One, let's eliminate the run-ins, the celebrities, the extra people.
Whoa. Let's phrase that. We don't ever
Let's eliminate the extra people who will come down to the ring and interfere with the match, right? Even though I'm sitting here saying the Randy Orton one was amazing. But Randy Orton didn't represent either faction. You know, that was kind of just cool as hell with that. But let's eliminate the extra people, right? Let's also eliminate using the SmackDown or Raws leading up to it to turn one of them heel so we feel like we have to root for one or the other. Can the guys just go out there and wrestle? I'm going to tell you right now, I love my brother, right? If he and I had to play anything, like if you're like this Saturday, HerbNRodg are going to play a game of horse. I guarantee you it will be the most competitive game, and both of us will be out for blood and trying to win. We will not need the week going up to it going, all right, I'm the bad guy, I'm going to attack you, do whatever. No, like sometimes the match can just be the story.
And I don't understand why they think they have to do that in big-time matches.
Right.
Because they did it with Randy Cody. They did it with Cody and CM
Tell me one person that was not already excited for Randy and Cody before Randy all of a sudden randomly attacked them.
Yeah.
You know, and we didn't need that at all.
But you look at the match we saw tonight, Penta and Chad Gable were just 2 good wrestlers wrestling for a title, and they didn't need any of them.
Who liked each other.
Exactly.
Shook it up before. Well, I'll get more. But yes, exactly.
But I mean, just as an example.
No, it's a perfect example. Yeah. Yes. Randy and Cody could have. Here's the problem. They're like, hey, we've got 4 Raws to get to before this PLE.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to come out every week, and now we have to have tension. I don't need you guys. So the other thing, especially as a casual, I don't need interviews every week from the guys who are about to fight something because it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Like, I get that you guys like, hey, we can't have you not show up, so you have to have something to do. But I thought back in the day, what you did was throw people into random tag matches or other crap before the PLE. Like, hey, you're wrestling at WrestleMania, but this guy really hates you, so him and his brother are going to fight you and his brother. Main event on Raw, just so you guys are still out there doing something. Instead, what it's become is, all right, so you don't like him now, so we're going to have you guys talk every week.
Yeah, and in my opinion, this goes to something that Paul Heyman said in an interview he did on Chris Van Vliet a few months ago. Wrestling booking in the WWE universe right now tries to do more about moments than matches.
Right.
They think they can send two guys out there and make a moment talking. You love that comment?
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Mike. That was too good. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. It's just, were you done? Mike comment?
Yeah, Mike's comment. It just echoes what I'm saying. Like, no, let's do this instead of what Herb's saying and have actual wrestling. No. Sorry, my bad. It's just, the way we build tension is just so stupid.
It is. And why you have to build tension in some, and I'm wondering if it's more of just a Cody thing. Because we didn't necessarily do anything extra with Roman and Seth. Yeah, there was already some built-in tension there.
Right.
The IC title we just talked about. There's been a few other, smaller instances. It seems like Cody has to have
something else,
some kind of tension there. So maybe that's just how that's built.
Because people like watching him though, and they're already cheering for him. So I honestly think it's getting to be more of WWE feels like, all right, we got 4 weeks before this, and we don't want you to wrestle. So this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, are we worried we're gonna get hurt? I'm not saying wrestle every week. We're leading up to major, but do something.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And again, to the point where I was talking about Paul Heyman, I don't necessarily agree with what he said. That seems to be his reasoning behind it.
Right. I got you. Oh, it's a great moment too, by the way.
Yes.
Sorry, I'll bring it up when we actually talk about this match, but I don't get why I was so excited, but I was.
Yeah. So we'll get to the main event. The match I was looking forward to the most out of the whole weekend. That got eclipsed on night 2, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But Obafemi, Brock Lesnar, Hell in a Cell. Brock Lesnar beats the crap out of Oba. Oba beats the crap out of Brock. And ultimately, Obafemi gets the win. Beats Brock Lesnar for the first time ever in a Hell in a Cell. First time Brock's ever lost inside that cage. And in my opinion, probably the best moment in a while. Brock Lesnar grabs a mic, tells Oba to come back. They give each other a hug, and he basically crowns Obafemi the next big thing. I know for me personally, that was very emotional because I'm a huge Obafemi fan.
Yep.
As a casual who kind of watches here and there, did that have the same effect to you, or how did you take that?
Absolutely. So you knew Oba was winning this match. Like, WWE cannot screw up that badly. What am I say? What the blind man staring at the whatever earlier? Yeah. Like, yes, you. But the way you tell the story still matters, right? Brock has to look like, hey, I'm still a beast. Oba's just a bigger beast. You know what I mean? So he still got in his moves. I mean, he hit like 3 or 4 F5 still. Yeah. Boom. Oba still gets up from that. But that is a moment that is kind of missing from, I hate to break him, but like when Gunther retires somebody, you don't get that. Yeah. To me, that was, and it did, like Oba was trying to give Brock his moment. Oba was like, hey, I'm getting out the way.
Yeah.
Brood out, do whatever. And Brock was like, no, bro, this is our moment.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I loved it. It shows like, look, I'm the beast, I'm playing a heel, I'm doing all this, but when it's done, I know how to pass it forward.
Exactly.
And that's what I got out of it. So it was awesome to me.
And shout out to Brock, which look, you can say a lot of things about Brock Lesnar. We won't get into them here because it's in the time and place.
Right.
But in this moment, it shows that Brock Lesnar has one of the best minds for professional wrestling in that building.
Yeah. You can care about what happens next, even after it's over for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Oba took a lot of punishment in that and still bounced back from everything and still won.
Yeah, the fact that he took 3 F5s consecutive like that and kept bouncing up every time was a really cool spot.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
So, yeah, night one, I mean, that was definitely the moment of the night for me. Just seeing the emotion on both of them and the fact that now we have crowned Obafemi the next guy. Like you said earlier, now we got to do something with it. We can't just let that sit.
Yeah. What's your next PLE?
I don't know what's in September. I know you got Money in the Bank in October. I'm sure there's probably one between now and October. Michael, you may know that.
Why are they showing me stuff from the 2010s? I just want to know now. Wikipedia is too much information.
Like, I know you got a Saturday Night's Main Event, which those aren't necessarily PLEs. There you go. Should be go down. Upcoming schedule.
Another Sunday night's main event?
Oh, yeah, the one from Atlanta. They're changing it to Sunday.
Okay.
So, yeah, Money Bank is your next big PLE. You get a Sunday night's main event from Atlanta. But other than that, it all builds to Money in the Bank.
There's nothing for December either?
There's usually not December.
Okay.
There'll be another. So that's when I think they're going to have the John Cena Classic that they announced a while back.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that'll end up being there.
This is interesting because then it's like if you want Oba to win a belt, does he win it at Money in the Bank? Because winning a belt at Money in the Bank as an outside person who didn't even pay attention last year, but now I realize how important it is, it almost feels like the Money in the Bank thing is way more important than winning the belt because now you got to, watch your back. But he's not going to win it at Money in the Bank or Survivor Series, right? Because those are the focus is on other stuff.
I mean, he could win the title there. They have had title changes on those shows.
Right.
Because you still have to have more than just the Money in the Bank matches in the Survivor Series match.
Right. I'm just saying because the focus seems to be something else.
Yeah.
It feels like it would overshadow any title change because of the name of the PLE is something else.
So if they wanted to do, the only way you do Obafemi at Money in the Bank and have him win a title is you have him beat Roman at the end of the night, and then whoever is the Money in the Bank winner tries to cash in Money in the Bank, and then Oba beats them too. That way he wins 2 matches in one night, and then Oba still looks like a monster.
I think just looking at this, they're going to come out and Oba's going to say, I want a championship match, and they're going to play off of what Heyman said. You gave up your championship match. They're going to make Oba win Money in the Bank.
Which I don't know that I like that spot for him.
Well, I don't either, but I feel like that's something WWE would do.
Unless he goes the John Cena route, wins Money in the Bank, and then says, hey, I'm cashing this in for this day.
Yeah.
This is when I want my title shot. I don't want to hit you from behind. I don't want to sneak attack it. I want you to know I'm coming.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, because Oba definitely doesn't seem like a sneak to the ring kind of guy.
Yeah, no, especially after the Brock thing.
Yeah.
So he definitely.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, don't use it like the sniper route.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, Seth Rollins still had one of the best ever.
I had a couple of the best ever.
I've only seen one. Okay, I've only seen one, but the crutches, that was amazing.
Well, I mean,
poor CM Punk.
Arguably the best cash in ever was when he cashed in on Roman and Brock at WrestleMania. Like, they call that the heist of the century.
Sorry. Guess what I'm playing right now?
The Bo Show?
Nope.
Oh.
Not on the little TV.
Oh, on the little TV. Okay, I got you. I was wondering because I'm like, the big TV's not moving. I don't know what you're playing right now.
On the little TV is Solo Sikoa running it back, but but I'm about to go flip over to Seth Rollins. All right, let's go. What's next?
So that does end night one. Again, I love night one. And we'll get into the reason. The only reason I like night two better is because what happens at the beginning of the show. So night 2, we kick off Finn Balor, Sami Zayn for the #1 contendership.
Solo Sikoa is having so much fun. I'm sorry.
This was the best move that they could do with Solo Sikoa. What's up, Rain? What's up, Roll Tide Nation?
Oh, sorry.
Roll Tide Nation in the audience.
My bad.
What's going on, both of
What
them?
up? What up?
Just saw the Chelsea one. That is awesome, Chelsea one. We'll talk about that here in just a second. And then Michael said Dolph's is his favorite as far as a cash in.
All right, I'll have to check out Dolph's next then. Who was I looking at first? Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins cash in.
All right. Yep, let's talk about that first match. So we're watching, folks. Okay. And all this comes out. I'm like, what's this? He's like, all right, we're making this, I'm adding somebody to it.
What's going on?
And he brings out
Appreciate you
Gunther.
coming in.
And they shake hands, and I'm just sitting here like, and Mike's just like, okay, I mean, I guess, wrestling tonight, whatever. And then all this is, you guys are all some hoes. I'm bringing out somebody who we're actually gonna like. And the music starts playing. Now the casual has no idea who this is, but he sees Big Mike get up, rip his shirt off, start whipping it around. Hell yeah! And I had to be like, who would this be? Then I had to think back. Mike sent me his top 5 wrestlers ever. The first piece of wrestling equipment I ever bought him was a shirt belonging to Kevin Owens. So even as the words left my mouth, I don't have any idea who this is. As I saw Mike whipping that shirt around, screaming, I was like, oh, hell, this is Kevin Owens. And he said, Kevin Owens! We still don't know where that shirt is. He threw that thing so far. Couldn't find it.
Luckily, I found another shirt.
Found another shirt to put on.
Luckily, I found another shirt. So we don't.
Was amazing.
A shirtless episode with me.
I'm so mad I didn't record the whole thing.
Yes.
And thank you, Bobby. Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. And shout out to Herb.
No. This is about Mike and his stuff and his story. So Kevin Owens comes out. Mike is emotional. Mike is emotional, folks. He is just like you can tell everything's like, oh my God, he's here. Hey, this is for #1 contender match. Like, he needs to win this thing. I can't believe he's even wrestling. And people, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I sprain my ankle, if I tweak my pinky and I go to work, I take it easy. Kevin Owens said, no, all the regular spots is fine. What, you're going to do a moonsault off the top rope and a bunch of... Yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it. I was like, oh, okay, This guy's crazy. But, yes.
My neck already broke once. It's okay if it doesn't again.
Michael, that was definitely my failure to not record it and realize what was going on, because that made the whole thing for me.
Luckily, Herb's wife is not here. So when I yelled at the top of my lungs, and according to Herb, started waving my shirt around, nobody else was here to see it. I didn't disturb the neighbors. I didn't disturb anybody upstairs. But yes, 100%. I yelled at the top of my lungs. I was very excited and a little emotional to see Kevin Owens come back. For anybody who watches our show, you heard Herb mention it. Kevin Owens is my favorite wrestler. Had a neck injury 17 months ago. We didn't even know if he was ever going to wrestle again. And to see him make his return, which I had heard rumors, very small rumors, nothing big. So it was a complete surprise when his music hit. And as soon as that guitar riff hit, I lost my mind. 100%. Which made it even better when he won the match.
Had to win the match.
And became the #1 contender for CM Punk.
And looked good. They let him dominate. I don't know there was many moments from other people. So
Randy, you go back and look up Kevin Owens matches. You can look up Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Those are really good matches.
Don't look up Sami Zayn.
Only if it's against Kevin Owens.
Sorry.
Look at Kevin Owens and John Cena. Look at Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. That was a really good match. Anything Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens does not put on bad matches.
That was great tonight. And yes, the reaction, though, for me, it was way more personal because I got to see Mike's reaction. So I was way more invested in that match than I probably ever would have been. And it was totally worth it. And Aldous was definitely having some fun out there.
Yeah, that's when Herb said, well, hopefully Nick Aldis comes out before every match.
I forgot about that part. I was like, yes, Aldis should come out for every match. I'm adding someone to this match. He's like, Becky Lynch is back.
I got my job back. This next match, we're going to add anybody else.
Yeah, it was fun. They did well with him. Yes, he looked good out there. And so I wish Nick Beasley was in here because he posted, hey, Finn Balor got robbed. I thought Finn got elevated too quickly in this whole thing anyway. I was not rooting for him in the match that got him to this. So, again, outside person, don't know what I'm talking about most of the time, but I would have rather seen Damian Priest or Royce Keys win that one. I think Royce was in. I was rooting for Damian Priest, over Finn Balor. So when he got to it, I'll say this. I was never excited for Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn for the right to go to the title. So when they changed all this, even when they added Gunther, I was like, okay, I sat up a little bit more. And then when they added, Kevin Owens, and I was like, all right, now we've got something. But I was never excited. You know when you're watching games on Thursday night college football, and you're like, I'm watching this because it's Thursday night college football. I would never watch this on Saturday.
Yes.
I would. To me, Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor was Maction.
Yes.
It was Maction. And I was like, my excitement level is 0. And you kicked off night 1 with Io Sky and Liv Morgan. And night 2, I was getting Finn Balor and Sami Zayn. And I was like, if both of these guys lose the match, I'll be fine. So, yes. Very well.
So, in my first thought, and I didn't even have a chance to tell Herb this because of the Kevin Owens of it all, when they brought out Gunther, I understood it because of the story, but I was kind of mad because the whole thing about Oba, it was we weren't letting Oba wrestle 2 nights in a row.
Right.
But yet we're going to let Gunther do it.
Which was a storyline that everyone was throwing out there and they ignored. But yes, that's a well put, Mike.
But then it became irrelevant because they said Kevin Owens, and again, I lost my mind.
Right. He blacked out. He didn't know what happened. Have you ever seen the movie, was it Old School? Old School? Blue, you're my boy.
Yeah,
When he gave that answer on ethics, he said, "What just happened? I blacked out." That was Mike. Mike has no idea what happened after that point.
Yeah, because apparently I threw my shirt around, which I don't remember happening. So obviously that's what happened.
Yeah, and thank you, Michael, for backing me up on that.
Yes, no, I completely agree. But even like you said, even when he added Gunther, I'm like, okay, that gives us something to look at in this match, other than just Finn and Sami.
Oh, by the way, that was the best moment. Why everyone wrestling and Sami Zayn just being shocked in the corner.
Yeah, I don't give Sami Zayn credit very much, but we're seeing it on the replay now. Like Sami Zayn just sitting there, mouth wide open, going, "Holy shit, what happened?" Because even storyline wise, you got to think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are best friends. I'm making my return after 17 months. And not only do I not tell you, my best friend, I'm in your match.
Yeah.
That would be like me. I'm in a car accident and I'm in a coma. I wake up and the next thing I'm showing up at Herb's softball game on the other team. And that's the first time you see me out of the hospital. I'm like, it's like, what the hell? Why would I not? Yeah, it's just
I agree. Which, by the way, I see a lot of love for Finn Balor. Go let him get the IC title.
Yes. Or he can go after Baron Corbin with the U.S. title now.
Yeah. Is there an IC title and a U.S. title right now?
There is.
Okay.
The IC title's on Raw.
Who has the IC? Oh, no. Okay. So Chad Gable. Okay.
Yeah.
I did watch both. Yeah. No, let him go get one of those. This elevation to contender just seemed like no. And by the way, if I had a gimmick that I always won as the demon, like I'd be the demon every time.
Yeah, why would you ever not?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Superman going in to fight as Clark Kent or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't even get it.
And to be honest, Randy, to this comment here, that's why Kevin Owens is one of my favorite wrestlers, is because he looks like an everyday guy. You know, he's not in the best shape.
Right.
He's not that guy.
Dude, he looked good in the ring.
That's one of the reasons he's my favorite.
He looked good in the ring.
He did. He looked great. He does things that a man that size should not be able to do.
Yeah.
Next up, we get another match. The United States Championship, Trick Williams, Baron Corbin. Probably won't talk about this match a whole lot. It wasn't a great match. It was very boring. It was kind of clunky.
Clunky was my word.
Yeah.
God. There was so many spots they messed up. Every time they got Lil Yachty involved, the spot was messed up. I mean, with Corbin basically having to be like, hey, are you ready to hit me? Let me walk all the way over here and let you hit me.
Yeah.
Him going into the tape, like everything that they did in this match just looked bad.
Yeah.
And then for somebody like me who has no idea who Baron Corbin even is, that just seemed dumb to take it off of Trick right now. But whatever on that point. But it was not a good match.
Yeah. So, I mean, Baron Corbin does get the win, as you heard her mention. It wasn't entertaining, even for me, who knows who Baron Corbin is and was kind of excited to see Baron Corbin come back. This is one of those that I wish they would have followed what Herb said. Nick Aldis would have came out and added Carmelo Hayes into the match.
Thank you. I would love that.
Since he was righting wrongs and Carmelo Hayes got screwed in all this, maybe he had thrown him into the match. But yeah, it was bad. Baron Corbin wins. Not sure where Trick goes from here.
So they tease the little going after the belt, but they've got there is a logjam. Where's Rodg? You would love that word for the big belts already.
And there is, and saying I'm going to go after the world title after I just lost my United States title,
it
doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right. Which isn't that how everybody always does it though? Like, you don't go after the except for Tiffany Stratton right now, you don't really go after the next belt while you have the current belt. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Trick. I mean, are they going to do I feel like we're going to see him and Carmelo and Corbin for a minute because they all have great stuff about them. Yeah, I guess. But otherwise,
Corbin can lead a really good match.
Yeah.
Especially once he gets his footing back. This match, notwithstanding.
Yeah. Well, I didn't feel like this. You could tell that the things that went wrong in this match were things he was forced into that wouldn't be in another match. Like, that would not have happened had it been him versus Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the extra. But him basically having to force his way into, like, him getting hit in the back was one of the worst spots I've ever seen. Because he basically walked all the way over to the side for no reason.
And had to stop himself because Lil Yachty wasn't ready.
Yes. And if your outside guy's not going to be ready, ditch that guy. Let's move on.
Yeah, and I have said many times that I like Lil Yachty in the spot he's in.
Right.
I didn't like it tonight. I don't know why he got his own entrance. Lil Yachty should have just came out with Trick like they've been doing.
Yes.
So hopefully this is the end of Trick and Yachty. Yeah. Let Yachty go on tour. Let him
make a
new album.
Yeah.
And let Trick just be Trick.
Yeah, thank you. The man is over all on his own. And yes, Michael, that's probably what he needs to do. He's over all on his own. He doesn't need anything else.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if Trick Williams is in the Money in the Bank match. And
how many people are in the Money in the Bank match?
Usually 6.
Okay.
So they'll probably have 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
So your SmackDown, I could very easily see it being Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, and Finn Balor. Could be your SmackDown Money in the Bank participants.
I feel like it needs to be so, but I guess that's the way I'm thinking. Carmelo Hayes, Finn Balor need to be on that IC US title.
And they will be. Level. But again, you've got to wait till October for Money in the Bank. So we're going to get a lot of that intertwined.
Right, but if I get, I don't want Finn Balor cashing in and getting a heavyweight championship. I don't want him getting one of the big belts.
Oh, no, I don't think any of them will win. I just think that'd be it.
Oh, okay, just be it. Yeah, true. I'm acting like everybody. Yeah. No, yeah. You're right.
So, yeah, we end that match, thankfully. Unfortunately, Baron Corbin gets the win, like we talked about. Then we move into one of the matches I was actually excited for. the women's ladder match, Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Lash Legend, Tiffany Stratton, and Chelsea Green. I was already excited for this match, and the more we talked about this match, the more I started to think that Chelsea Green could win.
Right.
Because they kept throwing the word interim around.
Right. And she doesn't care.
And she is one of those people that you can put that on in there, and she doesn't care. You can't call Charlotte Flair the interim champion.
Right. That was what she's
cheats.
wearing to come out. Yeah.
Exactly. You're not going to call Jade Cargill interim champion.
No, because he'd be pissed. He'd beat you up.
Tiffany Stratton already had a belt.
Right.
So it came down to either Lash Legend or Chelsea Green.
It seemed like Tiffany Stratton was the least likely to win this one.
Which oddly enough is who I picked. So yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry, man. My bad. My bad.
Well, so
I don't even remember who I picked because clearly who I was rooting for was not who I picked.
Well, yeah, I know. I was rooting for Chelsea Green and I didn't pick her.
Yeah. I don't know why, though. But it was clear in the middle of that match. I was like, man, I said it. I hope Chelsea wins this.
Yeah.
She just, I don't know. She just, the whole, so how, as an in-ring, is she a good wrestler?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
So, because I see some of her gimmick is like a little goofy, a little silly, but man, I love her.
Yeah.
You know, I was excited for her to win it. I'm sorry. My favorite, while I was laughing when you first mentioned this, my favorite moment from this match that happened at least twice. Lash Legend has no idea how ladders work because she never set it up under the belt. The second time she did it, she set it up, she went, oh, like, I got the ladder and the belt's way over there. Like, what is going on? But it was still fun. I think you got to see some personal stuff between them. You know, still Jade and Charlotte kind of went after each other in there.
Yeah.
Lash Legend felt thrown in, but it was still a good stage for her. But man, I think it was the right choice, man. Chelsea Green. I just feel like Chelsea Green will be one of those. You'll have some great wrestling matches. She'll beat a person like Lash Legend who should really overpower her kind of almost by accident somewhere in there, or something will happen. But I just remember watching recently, there's that thing where she comes to save, I think it's Tiffany, and drops her weapon before she even gets into the match, and then just accidentally, you know, she just feels like someone that's easy to root for.
Yeah.
And now, is Tiffany going to try to play her and try to get into a shot? But
I hope not. I hope they go back to focus on the Tiffany and Blake. I left that comment.
Finn did not get screwed. Yeah. Well, he posted it. Well, he posted it, and I was like, I said, did you miss type Sammy? I guess because he's a Finn fan, and you know, if Nick picks a side on something, he'll never listen to your side. I know that about Nick, so I don't want to upset him. But I just don't care for Finn Balor. I'd rather Finn Balor be going for the IC title or the US title. I don't feel like he is heavyweight title material. I don't think he should be yet on one of the two big belts yet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Especially just going over to SmackDown. I could see with that.
Yep.
I was going to say something, but we do agree that it was stupid that Trick lost. So Nick
Yes.
also said that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Other than Kevin Owens coming out, was Chelsea Green was definitely the pop of the night.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I don't know how the crowd reacted when Kevin Owens came out, because I know how I reacted. But yeah, definitely. And Chelsea is one of those people that it doesn't matter what you give her, she's going to make it something.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons people are drawn to her, because you can give her the dumbest gimmick in the world,
right?
And she's going to make it entertaining.
Yeah. I've seen interviews with her and stuff. She just, I don't know, man. I am a Chelsea Green fan.
She's the only person I know, and you see this if you watch Unreal, gets a broken nose. Instead of being out, says, I just want to be on TV.
Right.
I don't care if I look stupid.
Right.
Give me a mask, and I'm going to bedazzle it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make that part of my gimmick.
Yeah. I like her, man. She might be my next. And that's coming from, I've mentioned all these other women. I've barely watched her wrestle, but I was excited when she won. That's it, dude. So. And
that point right there, the more we talked about this match and the more they talked about it on WWE, every time they mention interim champion, my confidence level for Chelsea winning went up.
Yeah.
Because she can take an interim title and make it entertaining as hell And if they want to give it back to Rhea when she comes back, it's not going to hurt Chelsea at all.
Right. I like it. Down.
Next up, we had probably the dumbest match of the weekend. Not to say it wasn't kind of entertaining.
I think I was on the air, so I missed most of this match.
You had already started Roll Tide Nation, so you didn't get to see a lot of this. And I'm not going to say I was
fully invested.
Exactly. It's Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio for human monies on a pole. Again, this match kind of is what it was. This one had a lot of shenanigans in it, which it always should have.
Yes. I shenan once, I'll shenan again.
100%. And that's really all there is about this match. It was a funny match. You had Danhausen being Danhausen. Dominic Mysterio, for all the crap that people give him, can make some of those spots funnier than they should be.
Which is funny because I've seen enough to know from Danhausen to know he can wrestle if you give him a chance to, but they've got him doing the comedy part of it. I just don't know that it has a place for me at SummerSlam, not this part. I understand why they did the Saturday Night Main Event one because that was the Knicks and everything.
Yeah.
This one just feels like, hey, here's a match, and by the way, ever since we took the belt off Dom, we have no idea what to do with him. We don't want to elevate him to another belt, and he's not chasing his current belt, so we're just going to have him mired in this feud that's going nowhere.
And he's kind of in the same thing that you mentioned earlier. The Triple Mania show isn't until September, so they need something for him to do before they build all that. So they're putting him in stuff like this, which just gets him on screen, but not necessarily do anything important.
Right.
But he'll go back down to AAA and be in a big time, which he already is.
Yeah.
You know, kind of what you mentioned earlier about throwing people in tag teams. Him and El Grande Americano were a tag team against other people, and Dom turns on him.
Right.
So you've kind of got that same build going for their match for Triple Mania.
Right. I got you.
But WWE-wise, no, we have no idea what to do.
No, they really don't. Sometimes when they don't have a clue, it's fairly obvious.
And you can definitely tell Nick Beasley does not like Danhausen.
Yeah. I told you, Nick picks a side, and once he's on that side, forget it. He will not. Danhausen could, go win the heavyweight title with one of the best matches ever. Nick could be like, I hate that guy.
But yeah, it's just, and I get it, Michael. He is a world champion. He's a AAA world champion, and it's just.
That's what I feel like they're just wasting him. They have no idea what to do with him. And then you said it earlier, he's not actually part of it or keeping up with each other, but they don't do stuff with the rest. I don't know. It was just weird. It was just weird.
Yeah, definitely a match that didn't have to be here.
No, I would not have made that. Again, can we make this one point? Give me 4 or 5 different women's matches, or give me Dom versus Danhausen. I could have thrown some crap together, and given you a match.
Yeah, 100%. We've mentioned at least 3.
Yeah, I mean, old girl that just beat Sol Ruka put her belt on the line. Yeah. I realized it was she just won it, but let her come back out here and do something. So there's a million different things.
Yeah, and WWE does this a lot. This is kind of the same equivalent of the 6-woman tag match the night before.
Yeah.
They try to put something in the middle that's kind of campy and dumb, or that you don't need to pay a lot of attention to.
Right.
Maybe that's to let the crowd rest. But from a TV perspective, you're just like, why am I watching this?
Basically.
Yeah.
You know what? The only reason why that fails is because you're giving me enough commercials to rest. So if you're going to make matches like this that are terrible, take out the commercials. But I don't need commercials, then this match, then commercials.
Yeah.
Because
now essentially, this match ended up turning into a commercial anyway.
Yes.
Because at the end, you have Danhausen throwing out Danhausen dollars, which they just started selling on WWE Shop yesterday.
See.
And make sure if you go buy Danhausen monies, you use my affiliate for WWE Shop. That way I get some human monies out of the deal.
Yes.
So
otherwise, this was stupid and we're moving on.
And we are moving on because it was stupid. Next up, we get, other than Kevin Owens coming out with a great match, probably one of my matches of the night, Chad Gable, Penta, IC Championship, a story that is over a year old that has been told. we got the birth of Grande Americano. We got Penta making his debut during all this and kind of kicking it off. And Chad Gable finally gets the win that he's been trying to get for over a year now.
His redemption tour.
Winning the IC title, coming full circle, in just a great moment. Herb, what'd you think?
So first off, starting at the end, right? The moment they had, similar to Brock with an Oba with this, but they had that moment at the beginning also. Again, proving you can have two people who like and respect each other, have a great match, and I don't have to have a heel and a face.
Yep.
Just great wrestling. I think it was kind of telegraphed that Chad Gable was going to win this one here, but I don't know why. I like Penta. I feel like he does good matches, at least a couple I've seen. I was rooting for him against Dom. It's funny to me that you have a guy like Penta, and he's a good wrestler, right? It feels like, and the crowd likes him. We're going to have that guy on every week, right? We're going to have him defend his belt like, 10 times, I think they put on there.
Yeah.
And then we'll have Liv Morgan, and she'll defend it once. And I'm like, I don't know what you guys are doing. Yeah, so if you look at the averages, yeah, he's like 1-11 on title defenses. Liv's like 1-1. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off subject. I thought the match was good. I thought they were great spots. I thought both men put on a great show for it, and I liked the ending. And I think it just proved again, don't have to have extra people, don't have to have extra stuff. I can have just two guys who are going to put on a good show, and I don't need the extra stuff to make it a good show. I think it was worthy of SummerSlam, one of the best matches for sure. And I even with that ending being telegraphed, I liked the ending.
Yeah. And
I like Penta's reaction to it. Like, bro, I just lost to a guy who sometimes when you're interviewing like sports stars after a game, they're like, hey, what happened to this man? Like, I just lost.
Yeah.
They were just better. They were the better team.
Yeah.
Right? I liked it. I thought it was good. Javon Evans, I don't know if they know what they're doing with him yet either. Since Bobby asked.
Yeah, I mean, so he was kind of intertwined in this story. He had a number one contender for the match as well.
Right.
Him, Ethan Page, to Bobby's point, and even Rusev was kind of on the periphery.
Can I say this again? Rusev does not fit this group at all.
He
just like when you know those memes you see where they say, well, you lied on your resume but got the job anyway. Like when I look at all the guys and you're like, here's Penta, here's Chad Gable, here's Javon Evans, here's Rusev. I'm like, what? I just see the guy who's lying. They're like, how much do you weigh? This is a cruiserweight division, and you look like you weigh 300. He's like, no, 200. Really? Like he's forging the certificate to get into the match. Yeah. I'm like, dude, are you guys falling for this?
Let's see. Like I said, I think they did Chat Dirty.
Oh man.
Yeah, but that plays into the story there. The fact that he's gone for this championship 7 times and couldn't win it before, it does play into the fact that he had to do all that to get where he's at.
So for him to win, he had to go and adopt a mask, right? And run around in that forever and then lose that mask and come back as himself and then win?
Yes.
Nobody cared about
the story.
Nobody cared about who he was until he put on the mask. Is that what we're saying? Is he secretly Batman?
In the story, yes.
He's secretly Batman. Got it. Rock and Roll Express.
Yep.
It's so weird that there's nothing to put on TV in the background for us now.
I mean, you got a women's soccer game.
That's because that's what ESPN put on. If you want me to care about women's soccer, it's got to be the World Cup.
Exactly.
And you can, before anybody gets mad, if you want me to care about men's soccer, it's got to be the World Cup or like the Euros or something major. I ain't watching a regular Sunday night game. That was Bane. Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. So are you saying Chad Gable's Bane? That actually fits his storyline.
Does Bane ever become a good guy then?
Sometimes he's an anti-hero.
Oh, there you go.
So that's as close as it is, yeah. Which is always weird for a guy who broke someone's back and then took over a whole city to be an anti-hero, but sometimes it happens. You need to leave it from an Asian guy. Yeah. It's like when you go into a Mexican restaurant and there's an Asian dude working back there, just like, we just gave up, huh? F it. Like one of my favorite.
We never questioned it.
No, well, look, one of my favorite wing places has nothing but Asian dudes working back there, and the wings are fire. So, like, what am I gonna say to him? Like, hey, guy, great stuff, man. Appreciate you. Whatever. So.
Oh gosh, this is why I love doing shirts with her.
Because he doesn't know what's gonna happen. Mike's like, hey, I've got this plan. I'm like, oh, did you give me a shot? Oh, no.
And to be fair, I didn't give him a shot.
You did?
He's giving himself.
Who poured this? Ooh.
Maybe it was Chad Gable. Which brings us to the main event. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. The match that has been building for 15 years. Back and forth. Sorry, I just got a text.
Was it for me?
No, it wasn't from you.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you about it later.
Uh-oh. I'm going to mute you. I want to know now. People be reading lips like, what the hell?
Well, so that's what I was going to say, Mike, before we get to the last match. Nobody questions it the other way around. Like, I see a Mexican guy in the Chinese restaurant, and I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that we've all gotten canceled.
That just basically proves that anybody... No, but we're talking good about all these. Like, look, I'm sorry. If I go to a wing joint and there's a Mexican dude working there and he gives me great wings, I don't care what nationality or anything. So I actually have that queued up on my next to watch kind of stuff. My problem is once football season comes on, I never watch anything, but I've heard good things about that.
The Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy cartoon?
Yeah, I bet you did.
That started that?
I bet you did.
Well, it was the precursor to this, because
Sure
Kite Man was in that too.
Okay.
Anyway.
Mike hates me sometimes. He's like, this mother.
Getting to the main event, as we're watching the cash in of the century in the background, Herb has pulled it up on the big TV now. Yeah, just again, a great match. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns really had, in my opinion, and I'll ask Herb what he thinks here in just a second, one of the best storytelling matches the WWE's put on in a minute. You could see the progression of both of the wrestlers throughout the entire match.
Yep.
And then the moment where the chair was there, Roman picks it up, and yes, it was obvious. You saw the evolution in his mind where Roman picks it up, has the chance to do what he's done every other time, and let that chair and Seth Rollins be in his head, and puts it down, and that's what ultimately leads him to win the match. To me, that is some of the best in-ring storytelling that I've seen on WWE in a minute.
Yep.
Herb, what'd you think?
No, I agree. Not even knowing the chair stuff and having it explained to me, I thought that part was great. I thought the no extras running in part of it was great. The fact that Mike and I predicted perfectly what was going on with the rep. It was funny because I was like, oh my God, he's getting a little too close. Mike was like, no, he's fine. Boop. Okay, never mind. Herb, I guess you do know what you're talking about every once in a while. So continuing that, he's about to get pulled into a corner and get knocked down. So it's funny that they did that and then didn't allow for shenanigans. Yeah. They just said, okay, let's just wrestle. And it was almost like a, hey, I'm going to gain your respect moment because we're going to do this the right way.
Yeah.
I could have used the chair like you were about to. Throw it out. Let's go. And they just had a great stuff. So, no, I like the match. I told you, man, once a match gets to like 20, 30 minutes, I'm going to give you my respect just for it going that long. I felt like both guys put on good stuff. They had some key moves in it. Mike and I were laughing when they left the ring for like 10 minutes, no count out. Then when they got back to the ring, the ref started counting. Like, I can see you guys again. 1, 2. I was like, but they've been going. Like, they went in to get a hot dog. Like, what are we doing? So,
being the only critique we really had of the entire match.
Oh, yeah. And it was a funny critique. It was more like you have to suspend disbelief in these. And if you're not willing to do that, then why are you even watching?
Yeah.
You know?
So watch wrestling in general.
Yes.
You need to.
Yes. So, no, I thought it was a good match. I did like the story part of it as well. The story part gets lost on casuals like me a lot. So watching that and having Mike be able to say, hey, this is a big moment. But even without that, you could tell it was a big moment.
Yeah.
It also did say a second he threw the chair away, he was winning. But you know, that I mean, you can't avoid that. You can't avoid everything, right? I thought it was a good match and a good ending, and it'd be interesting to see what they, because this is where WWE runs into problems, right? You've got Oba waiting in the wings, right? Kevin Owen is going against CM Punk, right? Seth Rollins is not going to go after the IC belt or the US belt, right? So what do you do with a Seth Rollins who is clearly a superstar, clearly a main eventer? Do you just like are Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton about to just dick off for, for like months while we do, you know what I mean? So that's not a complaint to anybody. It is an embarrassment of riches because you have a lot of guys who are great main eventers and you got to find something to do. That's a WWE problem you got to figure out. But there is a lot. Where does Seth Rollins go from here? To me, is a legitimate question if you're going to continue on this Roman Reigns run. But
yeah, and to be fair, to your point, that may be the biggest question coming out of SummerSlam altogether.
Right.
Because at least with Cody, you got Randy there, so you're going to be able to have that feud.
Right.
With Seth, you just ended Division.
Right.
You just ended Roman.
Right.
He has nowhere else to go.
Right.
So now, as you said, it's WWE's job.
Where do you figure out what to do?
Find out what he does next.
And how do you do it naturally and not feel it forced, you know?
Yeah.
Like, as much as I love Io Sky, when they pivoted, that was the most forced thing, Io Sky versus Liv Morgan after they lost Stephanie McCare.
I will tell you what I would do with Seth Rollins, and it's more of a cop-out answer, is have him go for Money in the Bank, win Money in the Bank,
right,
and go to SmackDown.
Okay. So Oba's going against Roman in this meantime?
I mean, you could still have stuff before Money in the Bank, them going at each other.
Right.
But ultimately, Seth's next big feud needs to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because you've exhausted your big feuds on Raw.
I agree.
And it's going to take too much, and you don't have anybody else on Seth's level.
Yeah.
To give him a good match and a good feud between now and Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Stephanie McCare got hurt.
Yeah.
And I think the plan was for her and Liv Morgan to have a much longer program.
Yes.
And then she got hurt because they spent so much time building it up. So like I said, as much as I love Io Sky, it was definitely just thrown together with her and Liv Morgan.
And to me, I think that may have been why they had Liv Morgan in the Queen of the Ring.
Right.
They wrote it off as something stupid. But I think she may have been scheduled for Queen of the Ring anyway before Stephanie got hurt.
Right.
And maybe that's how she got back to Stephanie McCare for SummerSlam. And they were just like, well.
He's asking what's the injury?
I think I want to say it's her knee, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yep.
I know at the end of WrestleMania, she just said her body was done. Like, she didn't say a specific.
Is this not the second time she's been a legitimate second-degree AC joint shoulder sprain?
So shoulder. I'm completely off.
Is this not the second time, though, she's had a major... Did she not miss, like, almost 2 years before?
No. She just started WWE a couple years ago.
Major injury.
I think this is the first time Stephanie McCare has been out for any extended period of time. Sorry, we're looking it up just to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and he may take some time off. Now Seth has had a few big injuries in the past couple of years, so he could very easily take some extended time off and then come back
right here,
Rumble.
this one right here, a nearly 2-year hiatus. I just didn't know it was that far back. Yeah, I didn't realize it was that far back. I just remember reading about it when she got hurt, but I didn't realize it was that far back.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know anything about that. Okay.
No, it was. I probably came across that randomly, and I didn't realize it was that far back, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Stone Cold retiring quietly, WrestleMania vibes. Yeah. Well, you just have to wonder, Michael, for a guy like Seth, you can't go anywhere but the heavyweight belt, right? And if Becky Lynch is taking some time away, don't you go take some time away? You know, those are two people who could, without wrestling, to me, make money on appearances, talk shows,
I mean, he's on
podcasts.
NFL Network
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like those are two people that can get by other ways.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying look, I have no idea his mindset. I you know, I don't know, but I would not be shocked to see him and Becky just take some time because I was shocked that they let Becky Lynch be kind of stuck in the IC belt stuff for a while versus because she seems like a main eventer.
And she is. I think they did that more to elevate the IC
belt
title.
Yeah.
Because everybody before
and
that.
I think that's a great point. But I don't know. I don't know where you go there with Seth because you have a lot of guys who are kind of pushing in there. So
yeah, and that'll be very.
Kane with the Money in the Bank is hilarious because Kane should just be able to beat you anyway. It's like the Oba thing. This is not a sneak around kind of guy.
Exactly.
Sorry. So what?
Good Lord.
We have
Sorry, wrong page.
we have a bunch of Money in the Banks on there now.
Randy, did you eat the paste?
Yeah,
That's never good. They teach you that early on. So yeah, overall, I thought SummerSlam was a really good show. Was it the best PLE I've ever seen? No.
You could still eliminate 3 or 4 matches and almost squeeze this into a longer night. If I eliminate 3 or 4 matches and eliminate commercials, this is probably a really good one-night show.
Yeah, maybe 5 hours.
Yes.
4 or 5 hours.
Right.
I agree with
Which
that.
is fine. If I'm watching this show from 6 to 10, I'm okay with that if I'm a wrestling fan because I'm really invested.
Exactly.
I can do that. This was not a 2-night event to me, but you had enough like sprinkled in. Not sprinkled in. That's not
I'm
right.
going Nick.
Huh?
He's easy.
Nick, love you, brother. Always. You had enough great stuff in there to keep me interested.
Yeah.
But you definitely could have eliminated some stuff. If I'm going to make it a 2-night event, I need more of the ladies' wrestling matches.
Yes.
If we're going to do that, we cannot continue to do the way we did it. Those are the criticisms. To Mike's point, I give this like a solid B+ maybe kind of feel. I feel like to me, night 2 really saved it with some great. If you didn't get emotional at some point in night 2, like you're probably not. You're more like me, a casual, but you should still be feeling something.
Yeah.
Right. Kevin Owens, Chelsea Green, to me, still just like, hey, we're rewarding somebody who always does a great job no matter what we do.
Yep.
You know, Chad Gable, if you followed that whole story, Seth, and I mean almost every match except for
Dom and Danhausen.
Dom and Danhausen,
Exactly.
and even Trick, right? But if you're, I'm sure Baron Corbin coming back, that probably sparked something for some people.
Yeah.
So, and it had Corbin just beat Trick without Yachty in there.
Yeah, if it had just been Corbin and Trick,
then I might have felt better about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I felt like it was a really good night 2, and I really think that elevated it.
Yeah, we mentioned it, Randy. We looked it up. Herb mentioned it up.
Thank you. Who is that? Bobby that put that, or is that Extreme? Yeah, Extreme. Extreme said the same thing, Nick, and yeah, I did. Yeah. I do. I think they just elevated themselves for night 2.
Yeah, definitely night 2 for me as well. You had Oba on night 1, but that was really the only emotional connection I had to night 1.
Right. Probably for most people.
And most everything Herb just mentioned, at least 3 out of those 4 moments, I had an emotional reaction to.
Yeah.
So definitely night 2 carried it. In night 1, I would probably give a C+.
Yeah.
Night 2, I would give an A.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings it to what you said, like a
B+.
B+.
Yeah. I think that's very fair. Just too many matches that kind of drug you down.
Yeah.
On night 1 that you could have easily. Both 6-man tags being on night 1 was probably them just saying, all right, we're punting on both of these.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you probably could have swapped one with Trick and Baron, and that match would have looked better too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baron and Trick has the discredit of being around everything else that it was around, making it look less important.
For sure. And it's never good when you insert somebody else in and then you make a guy who's really over lose.
Yeah.
Neither one of those two went well. So, and Baron Corbin coming back didn't have the same effect for me as Kevin Owens coming back. But
Yeah.
these are all kind of the nitpicky. I think they did a better job on night 2 and they recovered and had some really good moments. So I was happy to watch it with Mike.
Definitely glad, and that's one of the things that makes it one of the better PLEs for me is getting to sit here and watch it with Herb, and everything else we've done behind the scenes the past couple of nights during SummerSlam. Whether you guys have seen them on camera or not, it has been a lot of fun getting to experience that with Herb, and as cool as it was to see Kevin Owens come out, I'm glad I was here with Herb, who knows kind of the story. Because at home, I probably wouldn't have done that. Because I don't want to mess with anybody. I don't want to wake anybody. Just there's a lot of other factors around. So getting to be able to react to that again,
Naturally.
I wish we had the camera.
Well,
that'll
that'll be what happens in the future if we're watching just a PLE. So
and maybe that's
hey,
it.
Jake, that's what JT does. You just film it, and if you get good stuff, you do, and if you don't, you don't. So
maybe you and I just need to watch along all the PLEs together.
Yeah, I'm down.
So Money in the Bank, Herb and Mike.
I'm down. We'll do
Of
it.
course, that's on a Saturday during college football.
I mean, good Lord. Well, we'll be doing other stuff anyway, so we'll just make it work.
But thank you guys, everybody in the audience, for joining us for both the watch along of the main event and the review afterwards. I know this was a very lengthy show, but there was a lot to talk about.
Yep.
A lot of great moments. Thank you to Herb for joining me. Herb, let everybody know where they can find you.
HerbNRodg podcast will be on Wednesday, 8 p.m. and then Saturday, 8:30 p.m. So no, this has been a lot of fun. And just so everybody knows, Rodg and Sped were both invited. Both were out, which is fine. So you might see them on in the future. This just happened to be a weekend where Mike and I both had time to watch both PLEs. So nobody's being excluded. But man, it was definitely a lot of fun. We'll have to figure out something for Money in the Bank. If we're just sitting here and we got enough TVs.
Yeah, definitely.
College football will be on one, and Money in the Bank will be on another, and you might be getting live reactions to everything going on. Who knows? But we're going to figure out something for Money in the Bank.
Definitely.
I'm down. Yeah.
And definitely make sure you guys go subscribe to HerbNRodg if you're not already. I tried to shout them out a minute ago, but I'll shout them out now. They just reached 1K subs over on YouTube.
Thank you, sir.
Huge milestone. I've been there behind the scenes for a lot of that, which is how we became best friends.
Oh, my goodness. Money in the Bank is October 10th. Do you know what game is that day?
Wow. So we won't even be here for that.
We won't even be here.
Yeah.
We will be in Tuscaloosa.
Shit.
We don't know that we're
doing something. Yeah.
So it says this starts at 5:30. Is the Georgia game a 2:30 game?
I don't have they announced it yet.
Good Lord, Randy, you'll love that. Yeah, Money in the Bank is the same day as Alabama, Georgia. So the plan right now for Alabama, Georgia is we're going to Tuscaloosa. Rod is going to be in town. He's already bought a flight. If we somehow get into the game, we're at the game.
Yeah.
If not, we're probably going to jet over to my mom and dad's house and watch that game and do a live stream from there on their back porch.
And Randy says that will be a night game.
Oh God! So it's going to be right in the middle, no matter what happens. So we're missing. We get all these plans, and then oh my goodness, folks!
Gave you too many interests.
So, well, if we don't get in, folks, we will come back home. We'll have a live stream of the game, and Money in the Bank will be on a second TV because I'll bring one of these other TVs along.
Yeah, I'll bring my laptop.
Yeah, and we'll have plenty.
So he's not sure. He just says he just thinks of it.
That's fine. Randy knows. Randy's smarter than both of us. So
yes.
But
stay tuned.
We'll figure it out.
We will definitely keep you guys updated. Follow HerbNRodg podcast or
That's
at
crazy.
Herb Ragsdale over on Twitter. You can follow me at _BigMike27 pretty much on all socials. You can also look up at _BigMike27 over on YouTube if you're not watching us here already. Please go subscribe to us over on YouTube.
That's crazy.
We are currently at 373. We gained another one today, so shout out to.
We're going to get you to
was.
500 quickly.
Shout out to Herb. Shout out to everybody in the audience who went through this journey with us. I appreciate you. And as I say all the time, and just keep enjoying wrestling.